Long ago, in a small village surrounded by tall mountains, there lived a little boy named Daniel. Daniel was only 8 years old, but he had something that many grown-ups had lost: a heart full of belief in the impossible. Every evening, when the sun dipped behind the mountains, Daniel would sit outside and stare at the tallest peak. The villagers always said, "No one can ever climb that mountain. It's too high, too dangerous, and no human can reach the top." But Daniel would smile and whisper, "One day I will." The other children laughed at him. "Daniel, you're too small. You don't even have climbing shoes. Stop dreaming, it's impossible." But Daniel didn't stop. Every morning before school, he practiced climbing the little hills nearby. He strengthened his legs, learned how to hold on to rocks, and even studied how birds rested on ledges. At night, he read old books about explorers who once dared to go where no one else believed possible. One day, a terrible drought hit the village. The river dried up, and the crops began to wither. The elders remembered an old legend. At the top of the highest mountain, there is a spring of crystal water. But no one has ever reached it. Everyone shook their heads. "It's impossible." But Daniel's eyes shone. "I will try." The villagers gasped. "Child, you will never make it. The mountain will swallow you." But Daniel simply smiled. "Maybe. But maybe not." So, with only a small bag of bread and his courage, Daniel began the climb. The journey was long and dangerous. The rocks were sharp, the winds were strong, and more than once Daniel slipped. But every time he nearly fell, he remembered the faces of his thirsty family and friends, and he whispered to himself, "Impossible is just a word." After 3 days, bruised and tired, Daniel reached the top. And there, just as the legend said, was a sparkling spring of water. He filled his little pot and carried it back down, his heart stronger than his legs. When he returned, the villagers could not believe their eyes. Daniel had done what everyone said was impossible. The water from the spring saved the crops and the people. From that day on, no one in the village laughed at dreams again. They learned from Daniel that sometimes the impossible is only waiting for someone brave enough to believe. The moral of this story is that in life, no dream is too big and no goal is too far if you have courage, determination, and faith. What others call impossible may just be something waiting for you to prove it possible.